Did you know that the world's combined military spending surpasses a staggering $1.9 trillion annually? That's right. The scale of global military power is a vast, intricate network of interconnected factors. It's not just about who has the biggest budget, but also who has the most manpower, the most advanced equipment, and the most cutting-edge technology. Take the budget, for instance. It's not just about the raw numbers, but also about how efficiently those funds are allocated. Manpower, too, isn't just about the number of soldiers in a country's ranks. It's also about the quality of their training and their readiness for combat. Equipment and technology, meanwhile, can be game changers. A country with a smaller military budget but advanced technology could potentially outmatch a country with a larger budget but outdated equipment. That's why the scale of global military power is such a complex, fascinating subject. With such vast resources at their disposal, let's delve into how military power has evolved over time. Picture this. It's 3000 BC and the world's first armies are taking shape. In the cradle of civilization, nestled between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, the ancient Mesopotamians are refining the art of war. Using primitive weapons, bows and arrows, spears, and even early forms of siege equipment, they begin to understand the strategic value of organized military power. Meanwhile, along the Nile, the Egyptians are cementing their legacy with formidable chariots and disciplined foot soldiers, setting the stage for a new era of warfare. These early military forces were driven by the need to defend their territories, resources, and people. They strategically used the terrain, the elements, and their understanding of human psychology to their advantage. What we see here are the humble beginnings of what would evolve into a global network of military power. As time moved forward, so did the complexity and power of these military forces. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and we see the rise of professional armies and advanced weaponry. During this time, military power began to evolve dramatically. The Middle Ages marked a significant shift in warfare with the introduction of professional armies. These were not just bands of warriors, but organized forces trained for combat. This period also saw the development of advanced weaponry, such as the longbow, which had a range and power far superior to earlier bows. As we move into the Renaissance, military power continues to evolve. The most significant development during this period was the introduction of gunpowder. This powerful new weapon changed the face of warfare, making traditional armor and castle walls virtually obsolete. It was during this period that we also saw the formation of navy fleets. The ability to control the seas became a key strategic advantage, allowing nations to project their power over great distances. The Industrial Revolution marked another major turning point in the evolution of military power. The introduction of steam power and later combustion engines allowed for the development of armored vehicles and warships. But perhaps the most significant development during this period was the use of aircraft in warfare. The ability to control the skies provided a whole new dimension to warfare, allowing for rapid movement of troops and the ability to strike targets from above. Throughout this period, we see a constant cycle of innovation and adaptation. Each new development in military power leads to changes in tactics and strategy, which in turn drive further advancements in technology. It's a never-ending race to gain the upper hand. The dawn of the 20th century brought with it a new era of warfare, the age of total war. This was a time when the entire resources of a nation could be mobilized for war, leading to conflicts on a scale never seen before. And as we'll see in the next scene, this trend continues into the modern era with the rise of today's military powerhouses. In today's world, military power is more than just numbers. It's about technology, strategy, and geopolitical influence. Let's delve into the top military powerhouses of the modern era. These nations have carved out a niche for themselves on the global stage, not just through sheer force, but through strategic alliances, advanced weaponry, and their influence in global politics. Take the United States, for example. Their military prowess is not just about their impressive manpower or the number of aircraft carriers they have. It's also about their technological advances in warfare, from stealth technology to drones, and their extensive network of overseas military bases. They've woven a web of influence that spans the globe. Next up, we have Russia. With a rich history of military excellence, Russia's strength lies not only in its vast number of tanks and submarines, but also in its nuclear arsenal, one of the largest in the world. Not to mention their cyber warfare capabilities that are becoming increasingly prominent in this digital age. Then there's China. Rising rapidly as a global superpower, China's military strength is growing in tandem with its economic prowess. They're investing heavily in modern warfare technologies like artificial intelligence and quantum computing, pushing the boundaries of what's possible on the battlefield. Let's not forget about India, a nation that has asserted itself as a formidable military force, with a focus on strengthening their naval capabilities and a robust missile defense system. They're a force to be reckoned with. And of course, there's the silent but deadly power of nuclear weapons, held by a select few nations. These weapons of mass destruction have redefined warfare, making the stakes higher than ever before. In this era, advanced technology and strategic alliances are just as crucial as conventional firepower. Nations are strategizing, innovating and adapting to maintain their military edge. As we move into the future, the face of military power continues to evolve at an unprecedented pace. As we look ahead, the landscape of military power is set to change dramatically. The future of warfare is not just about who has the biggest arsenal, but who can wield technology the most effectively. Artificial intelligence, for instance, is poised to become a game changer in the battlefield. AI systems could potentially analyze vast amounts of data, make strategic decisions, and even control autonomous vehicles in real time. Imagine a future where warfare is determined not by human soldiers, but by sophisticated algorithms. Drones, too, are set to play an increasingly prominent role. Their ability to conduct surveillance, deliver payloads, and even engage in combat remotely could revolutionize warfare. And let's not forget about cyber warfare. The ability to disrupt enemy communications, sabotage infrastructure, or steal sensitive information from afar could become as important as traditional military might. Military power has come a long way from the first armies of ancient civilizations, and as technology continues to advance, who knows what the future holds?